For cheap and reliable MT, head over to aoa.com and use coupon code JACOB for 3% off. Kevin Mchale was a 7-time All-Star and 3-time NBA champion. In NBA 2K Myteam, he has had a rather up and down career. Since 2K15, he's had some years where he had decent cards, to mediocre cards, to even some great cards. And that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over the history of Kevin Mchale in NBA 2K Myteam. In NBA 2K15, Kevin Mchale was probably serviceable at best. He only had 57 speed, so he definitely wasn't very quick. This was the only version of the card in the game, which came in the gold tier. However, you could lock in for the sapphire version of the card. It was the exact same card, but it was just a different way of obtaining him. The only thing that was the redeeming quality of this card was the fact that he had a very nice post fadeaway that was a very viable move in 2K15 and the most used move to get through domination that year.
Laggy for some people, and it's sort of it's a bit difficult. Like, look at this, look, that's just what you do. Back him down the post, take a post fadeaway, and you will just score.
Kevin Mchale was featured in 2 cards in NBA 2K16. He actually got a 6-man card. Fun fact, Kevin Mchale was actually a 6-man for a while for the Celtics. He did win a few 6-man of the years. He was probably the best 6-man of all time, if not close. But he also got this Amethyst card that year, but both of them only had 52 speed. So you definitely weren't beating anyone down the court with either of these Kevin Mchale cards in your lineup, so that year he was probably just average at best. In 2K17, Kevin Mchale did get this Ruby card added into the game on December 6th for the Drop in 50 set. This card actually did get a little bit faster speed than the previous years at 64, but the main point for Kevin Mchale in 2K17 was this diamond card that he had in the game from launch. This was a 98 overall Kevin Mchale that you could get from playing the Gauntlet, which is essentially what Triple Threat Online is today. His stats were nothing that wild compared to today's standards, but I did use him in my lineup for the majority of the year as a backup big because he did have great rebounding and great defense. This card was pretty tough to get on Triple Threat Online. Not sure how many games it took me to get him, but if I do remember, it was not an easy task whatsoever. After winning Triple Threat Online games, or the equivalent for the time, you were presented with a board that's similar to today's Ascension board where you had to pick through cards, and if you got lucky, you could land on this Diamond Kevin Mchale. In 2K18, Kevin Mchale started to finally get some much better cards. He did get this Ruby card that was an 89 overall in the Bench Boost set. Now his speed was all the way up to a 78, and he did have a 78 shot 3 even on this Ruby card. They did end up coming out with a Diamond card for him in May of 2018. This one came with 12 Hall of Fame badges, and his stats were finally looking very serviceable, even comparable to today's standards, with 83 speed, 86 shot 3 open, and yeah, this card was just really good all around. HTB did a gameplay on this card, and looking back on it, it looks like he was pretty beastly even for his time.
Go ahead. It's not working here. That's not working here. Great rebound by the boy Mchale. Going straight to Harden. Harden, who are we going to? We're going back to Mchale, pump faking, blowing by, going all the way, and finishing. Let's go. All right, let's get a pick and roll play going for the boy Mchale. Going around the screen here with Harden going through. I see Mchale cutting through and finish. Oh, what a dunk.
Kevin Mchale had 2 cards in 2K19. One was This Day in History. December 13th came out with a Diamond Kevin Mchale. This card was not too bad for December. He wasn't the best in the game at the time, but if you pulled him, he was going to be for free out of these kind of packs called This Day in History. so for a free card, he wasn't too shabby at all. But towards the end of the year, they did give Kevin Mchale his first 99 overall card in NBA 2K Myteam history. This came out on May the 24th, came with 21 Hall of Fame badges, and by looking at his stats, they do look very, very good. He did have 80 ball control, so with a shoe, you would be able to speed boost with him, 87 speed, 94 shot open 3. The only reason why this card was not redeemed more was because there was much better cards in the token place at that point in time. DBG actually did manage to get on somebody's account to do a gameplay, but as he mentions here, he was actually pretty rare because not that many people redeemed him.
I was looking on YouTube. There is literally one person who has uploaded a gameplay of this card. Yes, one person. And the reason for that is that once people get 750 tokens, they almost always buy, well, if it was in the past, they buy either Will Chamberlain or James Worthy. Right now, it's either James Worthy or Bob Pettit, or maybe even Clyde Drexler, but not many people, to be honest, really want to buy or to lock in 700, well, not lock in, spend 750 tokens on a Kevin Mchale.
For 2K20, Kevin Mchale got 2 cards again. This time, his first one was an Amethyst. It did have an Evo that got him up a little bit, which after that gave him 5 Hall of Fame badges, along with an 84 shot 3-pointer. Later on in the year, he did get another Galaxy Opal this year. This time, he came with 43 Hall of Fame badges. This card was a free card that you could get by completing Spotlight challenges. The grind was not bad whatsoever, and this card was actually probably the best one in the set in my opinion. He did have a 7'11" wingspan, so he pretty much had extendo arms. Compare that with 89 speed, a 94 shot 3-pointer, jump shot 4, which wasn't terrible, long athlete. This card was more than serviceable. We have some gameplay clips here from YBC of the card, and he does not look too shabby whatsoever in the gameplay.
My boy Mchale inside, staying with the play and finishing over that little guy. Knowing what was he gonna contest and hold Mchale in the paint. Steal, give me that. Let's go. Deal with that steal. Up to Glenn Rice, down to Kawhi Kevin Mchale though. Run the floor for the mid-range, stopping and popping and greening that one. Let's go, Kevin Mchale. It's not a.
That finally brings us to this year's game, NBA 2K21. Where so far we have only had one Kevin Mchale card in the game, but it is one of the best cards in the game at the time of this recording. To get this card, you have to finish Season 4 of Unlimited, winning 67 games and capping it off with a 12-0 run, but it is well worth it. This card comes with 17 Hall of Fame badges, 90 shot 3-pointer, 87 shot 3, great defensive stats, great rebounding, and 25 intangibles. But if you look at his signature animations, things even get better. They gave him Trae Young base along with Pro 1 size up escape, which isn't great on current gen, but it is very good on next, and they also gave him long athlete. So this card is well worth the grind for Unlimited, and at this point of the time this video comes out, he is definitely the best center in my team in my opinion, and we can take a quick look at Tydebo's gameplay to see exactly what he is working with out there on the court this year.
Chill. You got Jason Williams on you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Body him, Kevin. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, Kevin Mchale. Nice drop step right there. Now we got something rolling, man. He's staying attached to Kevin Mchale on every single possession. And now I'm starting to figure it out. Good, Kevin. Oh yeah, look at him take a few dribbles. Hey.
Peekaboo.
That's tough. If Kevin Mchale can do that, ooh boy, that's a very tough look there off a peak from Kevin Mchale.
Anyways, that is the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. Best of luck to getting this Kevin Mchale card in 2K20. If you have not already, please drop me a follow on Twitch. The link will be in the description. And until next time, it's Unbeatable Jacob, and I'm out.